Hi, kindergartners. I'm going to read Rooster's Off to See the World. I will have questions in here, so make sure that you are answering those questions with your learning coach. All right, here we go. Rooster's Off to See the World, written and illustrated by Eric Carle. Here's our title page, Rooster's Off to See the World. One fine morning, a rooster decided that he wanted to travel. So, right then and there, he set out to see the world. He hadn't walked very far when he began to feel lonely. Just then, he met two cats. The rooster said to them, "Come along with me to see the world." The cats liked the idea of a trip very much. "We would love to," they purred, and set off down the road with the rooster. All right, so the first question I have, we had one rooster and we added two cats. How many animals are traveling all together? All right, let's keep going. As they wandered on, the rooster and the cats met three frogs. "How would you like to come with us to see the world?" asked the rooster, eager for more company. "Why not?" answered the frogs. "We are not busy now." So the frogs jumped along behind the rooster and the cats. So when we added the rooster and the cats together, we got the number 3. Yeah, so we had 3 animals before the frogs joined. Then 3 more frogs joined. How many animals are all together now? All right, let's keep going. After a while, the rooster, the cats, and the frogs saw 4 turtles crawling slowly down the road. "Hey," said the rooster, "how would you like to see the world?" "It might be fun," snapped one of the turtles. And they joined the others. So last time we added 3 and 3. 3 and 3 made 6. This time we added, so there's 6 of the animals before, and then we added 4 more turtles. How many animals are traveling all together now? 6 animals plus 4 animals makes... All right, let's keep going. As the rooster, the cats, the frogs, and the turtles walked along, they came to 5 fish swimming in the brook. "Where are you going?" asked the fish. "We're off to see the world," answered the rooster. "May we come along?" pleaded the fish. "Delighted to have you," the rooster replied. And so the fish came along to see the world. What do you think the word pleaded means? The fish were pleading to come along with them on their trip. What do you think that word means? Tell your learning coach what you think the word pleaded means. The sun went down. It began to get dark. The moon came up over the horizon. "Where's our dinner?" asked the cats. "Where are we supposed to sleep?" asked the frogs. "We're cold," complained the turtles. Just then, some fireflies flew overhead. "We're afraid," cried the fish. Now the rooster really had not made any plans for the trip around the world. He had not remembered to think about the food and the shelter, so he didn't know how to answer his friends. I want you to make a prediction. Remember, prediction means a guess about how we think the rest of the story is going to go. Do you think that the animals are going to keep going? Do you think the rooster might stop and turn around? Or do you think that they're going to just not do so good and freeze or starve? Make a prediction and tell your learning coach what you think is going to happen next in our story. Remember, if you need to pause the video to answer any of my questions, you're welcome to do that. Let's find out what happens. After a few minutes of silence, the fish suddenly decided that it might be best if they headed home. They wished the others a happy trip and swam away. Then the turtles began to think about their warm house. They turned and crawled back down the road without so much as a goodbye. So when we had the rooster, the cats, the frogs, and the turtles all together, we had 10 animals, right? So if 4 turtles leave, is that going to be an addition or a subtraction problem? Yeah, it's going to be subtraction. So if we have all these animals and 4 leave, so we have 10 take away 4, how many are we going to have left? Tell your learning coach the answer. Let's keep reading. Remember, pause if you need to. The frogs weren't too happy with the trip anymore either. First one, and then the other, and finally the last one jumped away. They were polite enough, though, to wish the rooster a good evening as they disappeared into the night. The cats then remembered an unfinished meal they had left behind. They kindly wished the rooster a happy journey, and they, too, headed for home. Now the rooster was all alone, and he hadn't seen anything of the world. He thought for a minute, and then said to the moon, "To tell you the truth, I am not only hungry and cold, but I'm homesick as well." The moon did not answer. It, too, disappeared. How's your prediction doing? Is this what you thought was going to happen? I wonder how the story's going to end, if the rooster's going to keep going or if he's going to go home. Let's see if we can find out. The rooster knew what he had to do. He turned around and went back home again. He enjoyed a good meal of grain and then sat on his very own perch. After a while, he went to sleep and had a wonderful, happy dream, all about a trip around the world. The end. In the back here, there's a little bit of information about Eric Carle. I'm going to read it to us. It says, as a child, Eric Carle claims to have been much more of a philosopher than a mathematician. He recalls his difficulties this way. If you told me that there were 2 apples in a bowl and one was taken away, and then asked me how many apples were left, I wasn't sure. After all, you can't really take away an apple. You can eat it, or make cider out of it, or hide it under a basket, but the apple is still an apple, and it isn't really gone. On the other hand, if you added 1 apple to a bowl with an apple already in it, there was always the bowl to worry about. Wasn't that a something to count in the total? Eric Carle wrote Roosters Off to See the World not only for the child who has these difficulties with numbers as specific symbols, but also for all children who are getting acquainted with numbers. So Eric Carle wrote this book to help us get better with our math skills. Pretty neat. I also noticed in here that the illustrations were very bright and colorful, just like the ones that you're going to end up making with your family. All right, answer those questions with your learning coach and watch the video again if you need to. Good to see you. Bye!